Welcome to the Redvee TV Instant Fan Reaction, supported by A-Star Recruitment for the 2022 season, as I am joined by John Lewis to discuss Saints' 38-12 victory here this evening against Hull KR. A true game of two halves, a demolishing in the first half. Second half, the game was won, and the major talk point for me is Will Hopoate off at half-time again, and how we look a different team without him.
To be honest, if you want my honest opinion, going off the NRL, I don't think Will Hopoate is a great player. I think he's a great player in the Super League, and I think he changes our team drastically. And honestly, I don't think it's a game of two halves. I think it's a game of 60-20. That's what I think.
Do you not think we missed? I thought we absolutely missed him massively, though. Just the shape he gives us.
Yeah, big time.
When he's gone from the pitch, obviously Roby was forced to move into the halves, Lussick at 9.
Yeah, big time.
Just the whole structure. And for me, do you know what? Listen, we're going to finish top, you'd assume.
100%.
Do we just wrap him in cotton wool and just bring him out for a semi-final and get him off the pitch once that game's won and get him back out for the grand final? Because for me, the call I'm going to make is if we want to win the grand final and have the best shot of doing so, Will Hopoate needs to be in that team.
But if he plays a semi-final, will he play a final?
Get him off as soon as...
Because literally, how can we rely on someone who is so injury prone? This season, I mean, next season is a completely different story. But at the minute, I don't see how we can rely on one player so much.
Well,
you know what I mean?
We haven't, but
no.
It's just. But
what I mean is, like you said, he changes our shape completely. Like you put Roby at 7. And we are a completely different team. You've seen that in the last 25 minutes.
I think you can judge from the results of Hull last week, the first half tonight, the amount of structure he gives to our attack.
Oh, big time! Because you have Roby at 9. Roby is the best 9, in my opinion, in the world. Like you can have your Brandon Smiths, you can have your Harry Grants, you can have your. You know, you can have them players, but James Roby at Super League is the best player that you can ever have.
And I think that is.
And at 9, at 7,
absolutely.
he is a completely different player because he is isolated.
Yeah.
Because
and I think that's what Will
Hopoate
gives you as well. It allows Roby to stay in at 9.
Big time.
And obviously Jack in at 7.
You know what? You can stick Benison at fullback. Benison is in my opinion, he's an NRL fullback in 5 years' time. If he puts on a lot of weight, like he is that good of a fullback. But at the minute, you've got Will Hopoate there, who is at the minute a very good fullback in Super League. But in the NRL, he's a different kettle of fish.
Luckily, we're not playing the NRL every week. Luckily, most weeks we're playing the likes of Hull KR.
Exactly. And he ripped them to shreds.
It almost feels like that first half. The one thing we'd worked on training this week was just that really quick zinger cut-out pass to the wingers.
Oh, big time. That was like Jack Welsby does that every single week. But Will Hopoate, when you put him at fullback, and then you have Welsby at 6, it's like a different dynamic because you have two different players doing that cut-out pass, and no one has a clue in that defensive line what they're doing. And it's a different setup completely when you have them two players working in tandem together.
Now, obviously tonight, Hull KR, they've come here, they've got a lot of injuries, a really patched up team. And listen,
big time. They've got two 17-year-olds. They've got a 17-year-old who looks about 40 playing at prop, and then they've got a 17-year-old making his debut, and it's unbelievable.
It would have been easy at 20-0 down for them just to pack in. They came out second half, and to be fair, even early in the first half, I think we talked about it on the preview show. We were going to say the way the likes of Wakefield, of Salford have come here and slung the ball about, Hull KR, they chanced their arm quite a bit, maybe a little bit earlier than they needed to with some of them early dropouts. But they stayed spirited. And listen, if it wasn't for Lachlan Coote's wayward kicking, whoever said Lachlan Coote, we were going to miss him as a kicker, by the way, when we got Tommy Touchline nailing him off the touchline. Tommy Touchline. That's his new nickname. But they could have won the second half. And that was a case of, listen, the game was won, the queue was on the rack a little bit, and we lost our shape.
Yeah, big time. Well, when Roby goes 7, that's what you lose. You lose that dynamic. Like Lussick, was unbelievable, by the way, at 9. And whoever says that Lussick isn't a Saints number 9 is someone who doesn't know rugby league.
Are you calling me out?
Yeah, I'm calling you out.
I'm not saying
no. What I mean is,
I just think he's disappointed so far, but tonight was much better.
Big time. Because don't forget though, when he was last in Super League, he had his 2 brothers here, so he could be settled
as well.
No, hopefully not, because Darcy's gone.
Obviously, Wigan have won big again tonight.
Yeah, obviously against Toulouse.
Big game.
They don't like expansion teams. They don't like expansion teams.
I think that Wakefield have won. I think that's Toulouse gone, I'm afraid.
Exactly,
which makes it easier for our final 2 games. We can basically choose what we like. Wigan away next week. We're going to go all out, you assume, play our full team.
100%.
If Will Hopoate isn't fit,
I'd have John Benison at fullback.
Would you go Benison at fullback?
Benison at fullback, 100%.
And then who comes in on the wing for you?
Oh, that's a big question, isn't it? Because who does? Because Sambu's out for the season. So where'd you
Danny
go?
Hill's out.
Danny Hill's out.
You've got Sione not able to come back in. Do you play Josh Sim? You brought him back. Listen,
after the semi-final, no. But listen, you've got to, haven't you?
Listen,
you've got to.
Tommy Makinson with the world-class wonder ball back inside for Will Tate to score.
Exactly.
Listen, anybody's capable of making a mistake.
Correct.
For me, you've got Josh Sim there, and I think you utilise him. You
have to.
You
have to. You have to go John Benison at fullback, and you have to go Josh Sim at
because it gives you the structure better.
Correct. But it's the problem, innit? It's Josh Sim on
Josh
the
Sim's
wing.
not a problem. Listen,
do you not think so?
One game listen. A couple of weeks ago, people were stood out there saying Ben Davis shouldn't be playing centre for us, and he's not good enough for Saints. The last couple of weeks,
I was one of them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna admit to that.
And the last couple of weeks, he's shown. Listen, I think anybody who's in our squad is capable of being put in.
Okay, but there's a difference because Josh Sim has had what 2.5 years now in the first team.
Listen, it's likely that
Ben Davies has missed out on reserve grade for 2 years, and then he's come in this year, and you know what? He's shown some promise, but then also he's not shown some promise. And then you've got Josh Sim, who's for me he hasn't advanced where he should be. Yeah. For me, he should be one of the starting centres in a top 6 club for me. But I think he's missed this step in my opinion.
And I don't think Josh Sim's going to be here next season. He's not been offered. He's not been offered a contract. No. But you know what? He's here. He's a valuable squad member.
Yeah, you've got to play him.
You play him and you play Benison at fullback because I think it's shown. I think it's shown in recent weeks that Roby in the halves doesn't work. We need him at 9. I think John Benison tonight I thought was absolutely tremendous once again. He gets better by the week.
Mate, in my opinion, as soon as he puts on a couple of pounds, the NRL will be calling. In my opinion, he is that good of a player. And I've said that from day one. Like, when he made his debut, and I said to my dad,
Salford away.
Yeah, Salford away. I went to my dad, I went, he's an NRL player. And my dad went, what? I went, no, genuinely he is. I went, I can see that in him. And I don't know what it is. I've just got a gut feeling that he is an NRL player. And the more he plays, the more he stands out. And the more that, as soon as he puts on weight, he will be picked up by an NRL club. It's like Jack Wellesby. Jack Wellesby tops every single stat at Saints.
We've got to listen. What? These are best kept secrets. They don't play for Wigan. They don't go to the NRL.
No, but they should, in my opinion, because if you
sod the NRL. Just because I don't watch it. I don't care. I want them in a Saints jersey.
So do I. But if you want rugby league to progress, you want the international team to progress.
I don't.
Do you not?
No, I want Saints to win every week.
Sorry, right, fair enough. Right.
I'm being honest.
Jack Wellesby stay, Benison stay.
Yeah, and we win everything.
We'll have Victor Radley instead.
I don't care. I won't be watching it. But okay, really. Any other standout performances for you tonight?
Other than shit. Oh, sorry.
Oh, there's your first yellow card. You're on your debut and you're on a yellow.
I know, I'm on a yellow card. Sorry. Well, all right, we'll edit that.
We won't to tell straight out. Iggy Parsi again.
Iggy Parsi, honestly, I wrote him off after the first year. Well, to be honest, when we signed him, I wrote him off. I was like, you know what? He's done nothing for New Zealand. Warriors.
I think there's an argument. I think there's well, I don't even think it's an argument. I think he's actually been our best forward this season.
Oh, I disagree.
Who's your best?
For me, it's LMS.
LMS?
He's playing the best rugby of his career.
We said this last week. I think in a local newspaper column, somebody wrote that LMS is playing the best rugby in the last 5 years.
100%. Not even the last 5 years, last 10, 15 years. Honestly, in my opinion, he has been unbelievable this year. And the impact he's had off the bench,
his future's not been announced for next year. Another 12 months.
100%. By the way, I have been the most critical of LMS ever since he signed. Ever since I was a kid, I was like, what does he bring to the team? And now, I'm genuinely like, right, he is playing the best rugby of his career. He is unbelievable. As soon as he comes off the bench, I cheered. And that is unknown for me.
And you know what? I think the thing you can say about LMS is every single Saints coach who we've had has picked him consistently.
Correct.
And there's a reason. And he shows it each week.
Exactly. Parsley,
so,
unbelievable.
March on to Wigan. Listen, the Morgan Knowles song, the new one.
Yeah, unbelievable. I wish it was for a different player.
I'm not sure it's going to catch on though.
Oh, it's going to catch on.
There's too many words.
It's going to catch
it's not,
on. Yeah, it's too many words.
It's not waka waka.
It's not waka waka, is it?
It's not waka waka. That's going to be. Listen, that's going to be on your tombstone, I'm afraid. Right, I think that's us done. Do you know what? I think we've actually nailed our next week's preview show as well, so I might just edit it back out.
What prediction next week?
I went Saints by 48 this week, so I'll go by 50 next now. I'll be honest, I don't want to be pessimistic, but I could see Wigan winning.
Can you?
Genuinely.
I can't.
But then I think they'll get the confidence up, and then I think we'll nail them at Old Trafford if they manage to get there.
All right. Well, I can't see.
Was it the 2000 playoffs when I think we got nailed off them? Was it 50?
I don't know. I was about 4.
I think it was in that jersey. I'm sure it was 50.
2001. This
was it 54-12? We got nailed off someone. I don't know. It might have been the Bradford year, but we got nailed off. I'm sure we got nailed off Wigan, and we went and beat them in 2000 grand final. I think.
Yeah.
I'll look at the stats on that one. It was hazy days. Right.
Predictions next week.
I'm not going to.
I'm not going until you say predictions next week.
Predictions next week. So I'll go Saints by 10.
Oh yeah, I'm going Saints by 14. Here first.
I'll take it by 1, be honest. Golden point.
Either way, yes. We're still getting the Saturday semi-final.
Right, thank you for... don't. I've wound them up enough over that this week. Right, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for joining us on your debut. You're only on one yellow. You haven't got a red. You can come again.
Exactly.
Happy days. Catch you soon.
It's all right.